So, this is a really hard video to make. Dear Papa, happy birthday! I wish you could be here to celebrate it with us right now, but I know that wherever you are, at least you're no longer suffering. This year without you has been weird and sucky and just probably the worst year of my entire life. But I finally am starting to feel like I have my head above the water of grief right now. A few months after you passed, I read about how grief is like an ocean. When a storm comes, like a holiday or a birthday, the waves of grief are large, overpowering, and unpredictable. But if you can weather the first storm, then it gets easier to weather the next. My waves of grief have been unpredictable. I managed to make it through Christmas without hurting too much, but then I ended up crying in a welcome because I saw a Paulaner. I think you would have found that kind of funny. Anyway, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday wherever you are. And if you do decide to visit me today, I'll be in our spot in our Animal Crossing world, visiting you. Mama actually found my DS charger so I can see the first character that you made for our first game together. And I think you would have really enjoyed to see how far Klopp has come from DS world to Switch world. I love you, and I miss you, and I'll see you soon. Maybe in Klopp, or maybe in a dream, or maybe in a beer, or maybe even in a moment where something makes me laugh that makes me think of you, or I see something that reminds me of you. Okay. Bye. Okay, hello. So I originally wrote that other half of the video, the first half of the video, as a note to my dad for his birthday, because it's today, it's his birthday today. And I wanted to film it because when he first passed away, I was really trying to find something like this, and I couldn't, and that's why I'm showing this right now. And it's gonna be kind of awkward and hard to talk about, but I'm gonna try and get through it because I think it's really important to talk about this kind of stuff. And originally when I filmed it, when I wrote it, I wasn't intending to share it, and then I thought that it was important that I share it, and now that I'm sharing it, I thought that I could get through it without crying. Whoops. I thought I could get through it without crying. Obviously I can't get through without crying because grief is hard and difficult to deal with, but that's what we're talking about today. So let's just get into it. When my dad first passed away, I turned to a friend who had also lost a parent. She told me that it sucked and it will never stop sucking, but the waves become easier and that your love for that person lives on in the stories that you tell about them. I've told a lot of stories about my dad over this past year, and I'm never gonna stop telling those stories. I tell those stories because it's comforting and they make me laugh and they remind me of him, and that eases the pain of him not being around anymore. The ocean metaphor has really helped me to feel at peace with my grief. It helps me to understand that there is no end to this, and that some days it'll suck and other days it'll be easier. If you're currently grieving, I'm not here to tell you that everything's going to be okay and to just push past it and that it'll magically get easier. I'm just here to tell you that I get it. It sucks. And if you ride out the wave, you'll get better at riding out the next one. For me, the thought that really helps ease the pain is that I see a lot of my dad in me, and it's great. It's great that that he's never really gone, because he's right here. He's here in what I laugh at, what I choose to cook, what I watch on TV, all of these things. My favorite parts of him will continue to live on in me, and hopefully my children, and so on and so forth. Anyway, I'm rambling a lot because I'm nervous and this is really difficult to do. But I think it's important, and yeah, I just think it's really important to talk about this kind of stuff. either with your friends or with your family or with a therapist. I did all of those things, and now I'm here opening up my life to the internet because I was really lonely when I was grieving, and I was looking for people who were vlogging, and I was looking for someone out there just to tell me that it sucked and it's not gonna stop sucking, and that yes, it does get easier, but it's not that it's easier, you just get better at handling it. I just watched back the clip that I just recorded, and I'm not going to re-record it, I'm just adding a little addendum here. When I was first grieving, my friends and family were around me a lot. I had a lot of support. I was going to therapy as well because, like, I know that I need it. I know that I needed it, especially then. But what I want to clarify, this thing that I said about me being lonely. Grief when you're young feels incredibly isolating in a way that I don't really know how to express in any other way. I know 2 other people who are my age who have also lost parents relatively recently, and I took a lot of comfort in being able to speak with them because I knew that they were going through something similar. And even still, it's so isolating. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's so isolating, it's so lonely. You can be in a room full of all the people in the world that you love and care for, but the heaviness that you feel, like the emptiness that you feel from losing your loved one or whoever it is, makes you feel lonely no matter what. And I think I think that is exactly why I'm really pushing myself to make this video, because I couldn't find who or what I was looking for when I needed it back then. So now I'm gonna be that person for you. It sucks. It's not gonna get easier. You're just gonna get better at dealing with each wave as it comes. If you're going through something similar, just feel what you have to feel. Ride out that wave. The seas will always calm. Thanks for watching.
1, 2, 3, 4.